married and bored or single and lonely. That's right. That's right. Marriage is some boring ass shit. Because once you get married, you gotta hang around other married people. And that's just disgusting. You ever go to dinner with 6 neutered adults?
Let's get this shit
And you know we had to get the black on black truck too.
All right. I hope everyone's week went well. We have one person short today, which is Henry. He's out here celebrating his, I believe, 6-year anniversary.
We don't even know this.
Yeah.
His anniversary?
Yeah, man. He's celebrating his anniversary, his 6-year anniversary. So congratulations to him. You know,
wait, is that 6 years of mating in captivity?
Yeah, bro. We're gonna get into that.
I just wanted to know.
I know he's been feeling some type of way all week in regards of being replaced. So I wanted to play this real quick skit from The Temptation, where David Ruffin got kicked out. Tell me if you guys hear it. You guys can hear it?
No.
Nah?
Not yet.
Oh, nah. I don't think I can play it then.
Oh.
Hold on. All right, yeah, it can't come through. I just send you guys a clip.
All right, that's what's up.
I send you guys a clip.
Oh, man.
I know, right? I know. It's not the same when you doing it live. It's not the same.
Yeah.
All right.
That's not the that's not the one where you say, "Damn, I missed another show."
Nah,
that's not that clip of David.
Nah, it's the one where he gets kicked out the group, and he said, "Y'all motherfuckers must be crazy."
Okay.
I can see that.
I sent you guys a clip. All right, fellas. Let's start off with some economics and politics news. All right. So these next 3 news we could do to clump them together and then give a response to them at the end. We're going to start off with CNBC. Noted that, this is the wrong week. My apologies. Let me get my weeks correct. This is actually from Deadline.
Okay.
So Regal Cinema takes a jab at Governor Andrew Cuomo on Times Square shutdown for theaters across the state. As you guys probably know, the cinemas has been closed for a period of time now, but 48 states have reopened their theaters safely, but New York has yet to give any guidance on when movie theaters could open up. So just late last month, the restaurants were open up at capacity, but theaters, for whatever reason, and gyms have opened up, but for whatever reason, movie theaters have remained closed. The next one is, this is in my backyard. Montclair restaurant owner gets another citation for violating indoor dining rules. So the owner of Cuban Pete's, I don't know if you guys ever heard of Cuban Pete's.
I know Cuban Pete's.
Yeah, so the owner, he's been in the news for the past couple of months regarding, indoor dining or essentially serving people prior to outdoor spacing issues. So essentially he said, look, it's either all or nothing. Either shut us down or let's do the takeout like the beginning or open us completely. 25% capacity is ridiculous. And he says, I'm willing to go to jail. And the next one is Broadway essentially is keeping their doors closed all the way up until May of next year. This essentially keeps 97,000 workers unemployed. Their livelihood is in shambles, and basically the economic impact of the revenue loss from Broadway being shut down is $14.8 billion. So you got theaters remaining shut down. You got a restaurant owner who basically saying like, 25% ain't nothing. Let's open up all the way. And you got Broadway basically still shut down all the way up until May of next year, causing a mass loss of revenue. So what do we think about businesses during these times? Should they, in my opinion, I think they should all be opened up. I understand the concerns, but like people's livelihood is at stake. And, when people are finding themselves unemployed, people go to drastic means. And I think I'm more concerned about that than, unfortunately, no live loss is insignificant. But like when people are finding themselves displaced, it's a sad state of affair.
Yeah. Well, you know what? They could open everything up and let the people decide whether they wanted to attend these things. At the end of the day, if they would have took this shit more seriously in the beginning, shit would be open right now. So at the end of the day, a lot of this shit is to the people's own fault because motherfuckers didn't want to wear masks and do what the fuck they needed to do, social distance and all that. Yeah. And now it's a longer lasting effect, and we're not going to be out of this anytime soon. You know what I mean? We're just not going to be out of this anytime soon, man, because motherfuckers don't want to listen. We have to do the precautions that we have to do. We have to put certain measures in place, and we got to follow that. I understand that people have lost their livelihoods. I get it. I really do. I'm glad that right now I'm an educator, because one thing about education, that shit never goes away. See, people have to start reinvesting in what they want to do, because some shit can go away. Some shit won't go away. Can you do this online? Can you reinvent theater? Can you reinvent these programs that you're doing? You know what I mean? But they can open up stuff and then let the people decide if they want to go. I'm not going to nobody's shit, so it is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not putting myself in those positions. I don't want to get on no flight for $20. I don't want to do none of that shit. Like, y'all fucked it up and y'all got it where there's a goddamn virus out here. And I don't want to get sick, goddammit. I don't want to be sick. Shit, I don't like hospitals. I don't like none of that shit. I don't want to be sick. Oh, well. That's my take. That's my first take.
All right, Black Zeus, what do you got?
Take. Well, going back to, our conversation last week, and I understand, as a business owner, I understand that, you got to make your living, you got to take care of your family, you got to do what you got to do, and I understand that. But the whole thing is, this is the point where you have to say, what kind of business owner are you? Can you innovate? Can you, rebrand yourself? Can you remarket yourself? So in the instance of the restaurant, it's like, okay, they're telling you can only have 25%, okay, of your restaurant filled. Maybe you could market that a certain way and say, listen, for your safety, this, that, and the other, we're taking extra precautions. So, maybe there's a small nominal fee that you can add on to that might help with the difference in the capacity feature that you're, that you're not getting. Slow down, bro. Maybe you could promote more takeout, or more delivery. You got to learn to innovate. You can't just sit there, I want to have it my way or no way at all. You know what I mean? Quite frankly, I'm surprised that Cuban Pete is still open, because that dude is a dick. The way he treats people, Well,
I heard about that too, but hold up. But New York City did impose that COVID tax. So like if you do indoor dining or outdoor dining, they are imposing like a 10%, I believe it was 10% COVID tax to help. Well, like, what do you say about movie theaters? What do you say about Broadway? Now you got.
Well, what I say about movie theaters and Broadway, here's the thing with movie theaters and Broadway, I understand and I don't understand. So with movie theaters, listen, real talk, I get it. You're not going to be able to innovate but so much unless you're going to say yourself, like, you can create. So much have movie theaters have been starting to move into the dine-in theater realm, where they've taken out the old fold-out chairs down to these lounge chairs and everything. Okay, let's take it a step further. Create booths. Take it one step further and be like, all right, you can, see a movie in a booth. Booth.
Do you really want that experience when you could just do that shit at home? Then
listen, the whole thing is, some people still like to go to the movies. There are some restaurants, right? There are some restaurants who have innovated where, essentially people realize people like booths better than tables. So there are some restaurants that's strictly nothing but booths, and people will pay that extra premium to say, oh, listen, look at this. We're sitting in this booth to watch this movie or whatever the case is. Or maybe we got our own little private theater, like little mini theaters, where it might be parties of 5, 6, 10 people, whatever the case is. That's just what it is. There is no, the thing with business is, fuck your feelings. Doesn't matter what you like, what you don't like. It's a matter of, are you going to survive or are you going to die? That's it when it comes to business. The ones that, you know.
All right, Smith, last word, and we move into the next one. Go ahead, Smith.
No, I was just going to say, they can open up they opened up the theaters in Jersey. I have a theater that's right across the street from where my kids live. That's in New Brunswick. I have a theater that's right down the street from me. That theater actually stays pretty packed. The theater where my kids live, I see about 6 to 7 cars, and those are probably just the workers. Nobody is going to the theater yet. So you can open that shit up, but again, the people will decide when they're ready to go back to your fucking movie theater.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm done.
Yeah,
the people are going to decide when they're ready to move around. So I don't give a damn what you open up. When the people decide what they're willing to do, they'll let you know.
Yeah.
And as far as Broadway, listen, if Broadway really wants to take a step up, you know, they could say, listen, we're going to do our performances on Broadway, but the whole thing is we're going to have to broadcast it, some sort of live feed or something, and have people pay for that. The same way, like, you know, the NBA and the NFL are having games without anybody being at the stadium.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. Broadway, now that I think about it, but you know what it is, though? You know, because my wife, she was what kind of engineer? Shit, I should know this. Sound engineer. She was a sound engineer, and like, you know, to set the stage up and do all of the things that goes behind actually doing a play, that's a lot of overhead, and that costs money. So like, if you're not, you know, if you're not pulling in the same revenue that you would normally do if you were to do this in person, like, is it really worth trying to open up Broadway shows?
Absolutely. That's the beauty about the internet. See, your Broadway theater only allows you, 500 seats? How many seats are you allowed via internet? 1 million?
Yeah, but
your tickets could be different.
But the point, like, but what Smith said, like, but hold on, you want the experience though. Like, it's different though. It's the experience. Like, if that's the case, I could just watch a movie instead with better production.
But the whole thing is, with this current climate and everything, listen, obviously the experience is better. Before this happened, I took my kid and my wife to Lion King, but them tickets cost me like $400 a piece.
$500.
I was about to say,
those tickets cost me like $400 a piece, and it's like, dude, you know, I would you find more people that are into the art that would just watch it just to support and keep these things on. It's kind of like Channel 13 and stuff. How they used to have those those fundraisers and stuff. Then people would donate money or whatever the case is to keep Channel 13 on. Same thing.
Yeah.
If people love the arts, they'll support and not be there. Fine, they might not be there in physical form, but they'll support in their financial ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would. They would. Yeah.
All right. Next topics. These next two, we could lump them together. This is from Wall Street Journal. J.P. Morgan unveils a $30 billion push to bridge the racial wealth gap. J.P. Morgan said it would extend billions of dollars in additional loans to Black and Latino home buyers and small business owners as part of a push to narrow America's racial wealth gap. The systemic racism is tragic part of American history. This is coming from the CEO of J.P. Morgan, Jamie Dimon. We can do more and do better to break down systems that have propagated racism, widespread economic inequality. And the next one is from the Business Insider. Macy's will commit 15% of its shelf space to Black-owned brands, joining a pledge adopted by Sephora, Vogue, and Rent the Runway. So what do we make of these large institutions basically going out their way to try to help bring awareness to racial inequality and basically trying to do something about it? JP Morgan, $30 billion push. Macy's committing 50% of its shelf for Black-owned businesses, Black-owned brands.
I'm gonna put I don't know, but I'm gonna put more of the responsibility on the people, on the minorities, us as Black, brown, Spanish, whatever people, because here's the thing: J.P. Morgan can do what he want to do, and I'm not knocking it. It sounds great, but the whole thing is that if you want, let's say your property values to go up, you got to treat your community like it's worth that value. You know what I mean? For one, you have to have that within your own community. I mean, you can't, and we as black and minorities, if you will, need to support those businesses, those neighborhoods, those products that Sears make, because the whole thing is that it's crazy to me, and as a black business owner, it's crazy to me like how anybody else, a person will go to a black person go to any other store, the price is $5 for that, I don't know, that bag of sugar. They'll pay the $5, but they go into a black-owned store and they want some sort of discount, or or they don't take that store as seriously, or they don't support that store the way they would support a white-owned store, this, that, and the other. So like I feel like the biggest thing is going to be on black people to support their own communities, their own stores, their own businesses, this, that, and the other. Because if you're sitting here waiting for white America to constantly give you a leg up and for them to be the ones to support your businesses, support your homes, you're never going to get out of your situation. You're always going to be this victim mindset.
Yeah. What about you, Smith?
I'll just say that shit sounds good, but we shouldn't have to keep raising our fists for you to decide you want to help our community. First of all, we spend way much more money than you're trying to give back to us. So that shit sounds good, but that shit's a farce. We're not really going to see that money. The minority businesses won't be black. They'll be like Indian businesses and Jewish people and shit on some bullshit. And that's what it's going to be. It always sounds good as a sound clip, as a snippet. But that's all that shit is, bro, as a clip. You know what I mean? Like, why haven't you been stepped up to the plate? Now you want to step up to the plate? Nah. Basically, like Shubin said, we need to just do our own thing. But we don't support each other. There are a lot of black businesses that we could support. There's some black banks that we could support. We could take all our money out these white ass banks and put our shit in some black ass banks, and we would start making our own little country, because we do have the wealth and we spend it. You know what I mean? But I just think it's good for the 7:00 news clip. That's all. I don't think that shit means nothing.
I was skeptical too, Smith, because I'm like, why haven't you guys done this, all this time? And you're right, $30 billion is a small blimp in regards of how much money they have in assets. It's interesting, being that JP Morgan was a former employer of mine, and I know that they invested money in Detroit and trying to revitalize Detroit. I don't know. I had mixed feelings, and I lean how Smith is, it seems as though, why now? Granted, we understand the circumstances surrounding these, around this decision, but it just feels like it's I don't know, a fake gesture of some sort. And Macy's, like you said, dedicating 50% of its shelf to black-owned brands is just... Look, I'm not into modeling. I don't know manufacturing like that, but like you say, it could be easily co-opted by other groups of people. And next thing you know, it's not black designers, it's, some other minority group that's, fulfilling that diversity quota, so to speak.
You said Macy's is talking about 50% of shelf space.
15, 1-5. 15.
15. Oh, I'm about to say 50%. What the fuck? So 15% is like in the back of the store, like 2 shelves, bro.
It's going to be on a clearance rack.
Yeah, exactly. That shit ain't about nothing at all.
Listen, I can't say yay or nay to that, because here's the thing. It's kind of catch-22, right? So it's like Macy's might open up the shelves, because I can't remember if it was Macy's. I want to say it was either Macy's or Bloomingdale's. I remember years back, I went to one of those stores and I saw like a section of Sean John and Carl Kanai, which shows you how far back that was. You know what I mean? And the whole thing was, this was in Brooklyn. All right. This was in Brooklyn. I think it was Bloomingdale. No, I think it was Macy's on Fulton Street. Anyway, long story short, nobody from the hood shops at Macy's. Nobody from the hood shops at Bloomingdale's.
Good point.
You know what I mean? Like, these are not stores that we frequent. All right, just keeping it 100. Even though they had it on the shelves, and mind you, they had it at the shelf, and I remember looking at some of the prices on. Like, there was nothing up there, shirt, pants, this, that. It wasn't, 3 digits on it. You know what I mean? And I'm just thinking, like, if your population doesn't have the income or doesn't have that status to even afford it, what difference does it make that it's black owned? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're still going back to the fact of you're relying on a certain population, predominantly middle class, upper class, white, to support your business or this, that, and the other. And if they're not into it, you fuck. So once again, you go right back to square one. If you can't get black people to support black people, I don't see how we're going to rise up.
Yeah. All right. Technology and entertainment news. We're going to keep this one short. From The Verge, Yelp will alert users when a business has been accused of racist behavior. Yelp plans to alert users when a business on its platform has been accused of racist conduct, the company announced in a blog post. So when someone associated with a business is accused of or is the target of racist behavior, Yelp will apply its general public attention alert. So what do we think of Yelp now in the business of basically notifying, their reviewers or users that, hey, this company is racist?
Wrong.
Yeah.
It's wrong. I mean, it basically weaponizes people's opinions about a company or a group. So even if I had a, invalid complaint, so I go to a store and I just don't like the people there for some reason, or they didn't give me a refund on something, or they didn't validate my Groupon because it was out of date, I can go on this website and, basically blackball them by saying they were racist to me because X, Y, and Z, and no one's there there's no way to validate it. There's no way to control or validate it, see if there's any truth behind it. Yelp's just going to say, oh, yeah, you said it? Okay, so it must be true. Yeah. No, wrong, wrong.
Yeah, I agree with you. Keep it nice and short on this one. I agree with you. You said it exactly what I was thinking, because you can even have a disgruntled employee that puts some bullshit in, I don't like that. I don't like that. Yeah. There got to be some kind of, validation of it. You know what I mean? Not just, oh, they're racist. They're racist because they fired me. And I don't like them. I want to put up negative comments. Some people, like, I actually read some of those comments.
What, the Yelp reviews?
I actually read them. And when you read some of them, they'll say, oh, I gave it this 1 star because I didn't like this one thing about it. And it's like, really? You didn't like that? They didn't say, no, real shit. You didn't like that?
You sound like my wife. Because my wife was upset about one restaurant that she goes to all the time. And she was looking at this one review, and this person gave them a 1 star, and she was just like, really? You're going to call them racist? She's like, I've been there countless of times. I've never had a bad experience. They're not racist. So, yeah, I'm with you on that.
Exactly that. That's shit's whack as hell, bro. Like, I don't like it.
Yeah, and they didn't necessarily specify the details. Like, look, man, I get these companies. We just talked about JP Morgan and Macy's trying to do things to help assist black businesses and help black communities. But like, there's a level of pandering I don't like. And this is one of them,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't like this ability to sabotage someone's business that easily for the sake of trying to be an ally to the black community. Like, I get what you're trying to do, but like, come on, man. Like, I could pose like that's like Schubert. I could pose as I don't know, someone who's non-black and just like, yo, he didn't call me a cracker and shit.
Yeah,
something like that. It's just like,
or it could be something even dumber because, like, so for instance, this one argument of this, I can't believe this is so. This country club that my wife's parents go to around the corner from here, it's a tennis and pool bath country club, right? And everybody knows at 99.9% of these country clubs, you got to dress a certain way, this, that, and the other. Specifically on tennis court, you got to wear all whites. This one chick who's a member of this elite tennis club calls it elitist and then says, oh, the all white outfits are racist.
Oh,
really?
She was black?
No, she was white.
Oh, she was white. Oh, okay.
And she called it racist. And it's just like, what is racist about an all-white outfit? You know? And the truth is, the only reason why it's all white is just that it's easier to stock all white outfits versus multiple different colors. Because if people buy the red ones, now we stuck with the blue ones that nobody bought. Or if somebody buys the black one, then we're stuck with the black ones that nobody bought. But white is an easy thing to stock that stays consistent. And if you're out in the fucking hot sun playing tennis, you might want to wear something light like a white color versus a dark color like black.
Yeah. She called it racist.
She tried to get a petition signed over that shit.
That's that.
While she's a member of this elitist tennis country club. Like, she's calling it elitist. Like, are you serious? That's your way of fighting the struggle?
I agree with that pandering. And I think that, that's cool with Macy's and all, but I got a question. We go to Macy's. The three of us go to Macy's right now. Have they changed how they think about us? You know what I mean? So it's cool to have all these things, but have they changed their mindsets? Have they shifted that shit? When we go to Macy's, are we still going to be followed? Are we still going to be watched differently? Is what I'm asking.
You know what?
One breath is saying we want to put shit on the shelves for you all, but I still don't kind of trust you coming in my store also. You understand what I'm saying?
I definitely see where you come from. You know, the one thing I would say about that is, like, I feel for big corporations because they don't necessarily oversee those individual locations. Like, a lot of times they have that's like if Schubert were to branch off and do Fitness 365 and have various locations. It's kind of hard to monitor the behavior of every single
individual person.
You're right. Yeah. But if you got policies in place, what the fuck is the problem?
But come on, that's like saying, like, you have the police officers, they all took an oath, but you got some of them that still do racist shit.
I was going to say. It's like, just like you have policies and laws, you know, it doesn't mean that, the carriers
going to be followed.
Aren't going to be
individual people. So, like, who do you fault for that?
So you're saying I have 15% of shelf, but this Macy's isn't going to follow that policy, so they're not going to have anything in their store for 15% of black folks. Huh?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying. You're saying they're not going to fucking follow the policy.
No, he's saying that they'll have the 15%. They'll have the 15% of stores allocated to black businesses. But the whole thing is how they may treat you or how they may view you may not change. There's no policy that they can really implement.
I get that part. But what about the store that says I don't want to put the black shit in my store? Is what I'm saying.
Macy's
that doesn't work. They don't have to.
You listen. You just said they don't have to follow their policy, so I don't have to.
No. The whole thing is what we're saying is, when it comes to, so the cop has to wear the uniform, just like the store has to put the stuff in the store. But behavior is individual.
Yeah, behavior.
At the end of the day, behavior is individual to the person. You can put all the policies and rules you want, but people are still going to behave the way they behave.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to get at. Like, they could put the policy in place, but you can never control someone's individual behavior. Like, you can't like you can't control that one dickhead of a manager at a location who might follow you around the store. Now, all right, these last two, let's wrap these up real quick. So, I think 3-4 weeks ago, I talked about an ex-Jets player, Jeremy Bellamy, who was wrapped up in a PPP fraud. So this week there was another. He's not high profile. You guys might not know him, but the rapper from the group Pretty Ricky was basically charged with fraud for using COVID-19 loan to purchase a Ferrari. So Baby Blue, whose real name is Diamond Blue Smith, had been charged with wire fraud, bank fraud, conspiracy to commit fraud, and bank fraud for alleged roles related to a multi-million-dollar COVID relief scheme. Essentially, $425,000 was used for his company, throwbackjersey.com. I'm about to visit it later. And another $700,000 on other luxury goods, including his record company, Blue Star Records, LLC. Apparently,
hold up. Did you just say his stage name is Baby Boy Blue, but his real name is Diamond
Blue Smith?
Something.
Yeah.
Diamond Blue Smith.
Yeah, Diamond Blue Smith. That's his name.
Why does he even need a stage name? I'm trying to understand.
I don't know, but yeah, like Baby Blue Diamond, like, yeah, he could have stuck with Diamond Blue Smith. But Congress basically said that overall, there's potentially $1 billion of relief aid that was fraudulently obtained. So these stories are going to constantly come out where people are basically lied, saying that they had a business, never had a business, and received millions of dollars. So,
well, it's not just that he's lying about the business. This is what I was talking about a few weeks ago. My man T.I. on Expeditiously said it very well. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Why are y'all using this money? And he said there are no fur coats. You can't buy fur coats right now because they done bought all the fur coats, taking this damn coronavirus money and buying coats, jewelry, watches, cars. Like, bruh, buy some goddamn land. I'm gonna say it again. Buy some land. You had $425,000. You bought a Ferrari, bruh. You bought a Ferrari.
Bro, I'm with you on that. I don't understand the mindset.
That's what we are, bro. That's what we do.
Like, yeah, but that's the thing is that's why it's like you could take the nigga out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the nigga. You know what I mean?
No, you can't. No, you cannot. That shit.
And then this is why I'm I get into these arguments with friends of mine. I'm like, once again, Black folks gonna have to be held responsible for their own freedom and their uprising. Stop thinking like somebody just supposed to give you a check. Somebody's supposed to give you land. Somebody's supposed to educate you. Somebody's supposed to empower you and this, that, and the other. You got to learn self-empowerment, self-education, self-driven and self-responsibility, like accountability. Because unless this stops, like this is just going to be a perpetual wheel. Because I'm waiting for somebody to say, well, it's not his fault. He doesn't know any better. And, he never had anything. It's like,
well, there is an excuse.
Sad story.
They're saying that if big corporations like airlines and whatever have you could steal millions of dollars from the people, why can't I? Like, that's the excuse I'm hearing. It's just like if the bigger companies can do it,
I'm not beat for that. I'm not beat for that because
I'm not beat for it either. But that's the excuse I actually read online somewhere.
Like, my whole thing is like, one, and it's gonna sound real fucking cold and economic, but it is what it is. Airlines and these big corporations, they do fucked up shit. But the difference is they can cover up their fucked up shit because they hire fucking 100,000 people. Ask all the people who got laid off from the airline companies just a couple days ago how they feel about that shit. All right, you buying a fucking Ferrari had nothing to do with anybody else but you, motherfucker. But you. So don't act like, oh, you helping the people or you evening out the imbalances or the injustices and shit. No, motherfucker, that was all about you.
Nah, look, bro, you get no arguments with me on that shit. It's just unfortunate because he didn't get to enjoy that for long before he got caught.
Well, first of all, they should know that anybody who looks like us is going to get caught before anybody who looks like them. That's what they should know. One.
Yeah.
They're gonna look at us first, and you'll get caught. It doesn't matter about, oh, they do a crime too, I can do a crime. That shit sounds dumb. And you bought a damn Ferrari, bro. A Ferrari?
Well, he did throw some money into his record label too, Smith. Don't forget the record label.
I like nice cars. But you gonna buy a Ferrari, bro? Like, I'm just saying, that's, I don't know, whatever, man. To each his own.
All right, last story, and this story will transition into the book. So this is from the Billboard News. Jenny Ma responds to backlash after saying she wants to submit to Jeezy when married. Basically, Jenny Ma had to clear up some I don't even know why it was controversial, but she had to clear up some controversial comments on why she doesn't want to be the leader in her relationship and her decision to submit to fiance Jeezy. Hey. So these are some of the comments. These are some of the
got that work. Jeezy got that work.
So here's some quotes from Jenny Moss. She said, well, for me, submit does not mean that you are lower or less important than your man. Of course, Jeezy and I respect each other equally. What I mean is, in my work life, in my actual life, I own my business. I run my team. I make all these decisions. I lead entirely in the outside of my life. So in my home, I want my man to lead. I want him to take in what I would like, what my wishes are, what my dreams are, and then incorporate it, making the overall decision that's best for our vision together. She caught some hell for this. And fellas, it goes to show you today, these women today do not desire relationships and marriages like our mothers, like our grandmothers, like our great-grandmothers used to, bruh. Because the fact that this was the word submit, women were triggered by the word submit, just tells me that we have lost all concept of what it means to be together.
Yes. I still like what Jenny Ma said. And I think that might be looked at a little differently because she's Asian also.
Oh, speak
and
on
I say
it, bro.
that.
Yeah.
Well, I say that because I went out with an Asian last night. And she was like, "Oh no, I'm paying the bill. You don't pay the bill." Different cultures have different things because if I would have went out with a black lady, yes, I'm saying this shit. If I would have went out with a black chick,
we about to get AIDS, bro.
she would have pushed the fucking bill to me.
Hold up, bro. I gotta put an announcement. The words by Smith is not endorsed by the IBBC. Can
I get taken off of this? Can I get taken off of this recording?
Go ahead, Smith. We have to put the warning out there.
The black chick would have pushed the bill towards me. She would have looked at the bill and been like, "Yo, he ain't really gonna grab that bill." Like when the waiter came.
Oh my God, I got tears.
Whatever you want to call him, she said, no. She reached for the bill and said, "No, I take that. He doesn't get that. I'm paying the bill." I said, "God damn, girl. I love that shit." Like I was so excited that she would attempt to pay the bill. I didn't know what to do with myself. That was at the first spot we went to. The bill was like probably a couple $100 at the first spot we went to, right? She said, "I got it." We went to the second spot. Now we going out to drink. And she like, "No, I got this too." And I'm like, nah, I can't let you play me out like that. You ain't gonna get both of these bills tonight. But she like, "No, I got it. Like, you look out for me. I got you." And I'm like, "Yo, nah, fuck that. I'm paying this bill." I had to pay the bill, fellas. The second time I paid the bill, I made sure I paid the second one. Because I'm like, nah. She like, "I'm paying it." But I'm like, "Nah, you can't pay it. You didn't pay it already." Like, but that's what I'm saying. You see that culture? So that submissive shit that Jenny was talking about, I respect what she was talking about. That shit gangster. And all you chicks that don't know what it is to actually be able to give and receive, then to hell with you hoes. To hell with you.
Once again, the words issued by Smith does not reflect the crew of the IBBC. So go ahead, Black Zeus.
Oh my God. Oh. Yo, I got it.
I'm just saying.
Oh, wow, bro.
Wow.
You got to get some heat for that.
Wow. You know what? This is, fuck it. I'm going to jump in the fire with the man because real talk, it's fair. It's fair to say, for a woman to say, "I'll take the bill," is fair. I mean, too many chicks, overestimate the Kelly Blue Book value of their pussy and think that, it's an it's an obligation of a man to pay for everything. You know what I mean? Just because they exist, but then they want to scream equality. They want to scream, "Oh, I want equal work, equal pay for equal work. But when I get to the job, if this box is too heavy, a man should come pick it up, but I still get my full paycheck." You know what I mean? Like, no. The double standards got to stop. I completely support Jenny Ma for being, an intelligent, strong enough woman who's comfortable with saying that, "Hey, this is my partner who I trust." All right. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Submission requires trust. And obviously, if you can't submit to your significant other, you don't trust them. Either because that, you getting with a fuck boy, or that that you're never really gonna be with this person. For whatever reason, you don't trust them. So you can't submit to them. You can't lay responsibility in their hands. The simplest way to put it is, like I said, there can't be two drivers. Both of us could sit in the front seat. One of us could drive and one of us could navigate. We both in equal spaces, but we got two different responsibilities. But as a team, we're gonna ride this out together. You know what I mean? You gotta trust me to drive this car, and you can navigate and tell me make a left on Smith Street, all right, and know that I'm gonna make this left without crashing the car into a telephone pole or some shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's just what it comes down to. That's what it boils down to. You don't trust your fucking man, maybe you shouldn't fucking be with him.
Yeah. All right, fellas, let's get into the book. So we got 4 questions of the week. In no particular order. Let's start off with question 3, sent by Black Zeus. And chapter 9 speaks on the importance of fantasy. So is porn healthy or unhealthy for a relationship?
Wait, what was that? Say that again. I'm sorry.
In chapter 9, they speak on the importance of fantasy. So is porn healthy or unhealthy for a relationship? What's that giggle about, Smith? You might as well start.
It depends on if we watching it together or we watching it separately. I think that it could be healthy, but I think if I'm watching it in the closet by myself and sneaking and watching it and waiting until my wife leaves the house so I can put that shit on, I think that's unhealthy. I think if you watch it together and see what your significant other likes or doesn't like, that might open up the relationship a little better. But definitely you shouldn't be watching it by yourself. I don't think you should be watching it by yourself. That's just me.
Okay, what you got, Black Zeus?
Honestly, I think it's only unhealthy. Let me jump off of what Smith said. I think it's fine if you watch it by yourself, because everybody has those times where you might just like do your own thing. I mean, you ain't gotta always eat with your significant other. You ain't always gotta watch the same TV show or do anything. True. So you could do that. You could do that on your own too. You know what I mean?
If she knows you watch it though. She has to know that you watch it, is what I'm saying.
I mean, you shouldn't have to be secretive about it. That's true. That's true. You shouldn't have to be.
You can watch it by yourself, but she has to know that you watch that shit, though, is what I'm saying. You can't be going off and going in the bathroom saying you got to use the bathroom and you on a tablet trying to squeeze one off right quick, is what I'm saying.
Smith's talking about he's talking from experience. But now you're right, because some spouses, my barber who, it was an interesting conversation because we had this conversation about pornography. His wife viewed pornography as cheating.
Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of them do,
which is insane to me. But go ahead, Zeus.
I mean, essentially, here's the thing. Pornography usually reaches into a fantasy, and I think all of us have some sort of deep, dark fantasy that we probably don't share with friends, family, whatever, or even sometimes our significant other. And if that gives you an outlet, as long as you understand that that's a fantasy, it's not the reality of life, and you don't expect your real relationship to necessarily fall into that fantasy. So if you're like someone who's into triple D boobs or something, and your girl don't have triple D, but you love her regardless, you know what I mean? Fine, so be it. You know what I mean? Get your rocks off and your triple Ds, whatever. If your girl that dreams about being gangbangs, you know what I mean? And you know that you don't want to sleep with anybody else but your man, but in your little fantasy world you get your rocks off, fine, so be it. You know what I mean? It only becomes unhealthy when you can't distinguish fantasy from reality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with Smith and what you had to say. I agree that porn can be healthy, but it's in moderation. It should mostly be done with your spouse knowing that you watch porn, and also could be a learning experience if you could watch it together to see what your partner likes. You
gotta look at it like this too. I think it is. I think that's why females look at it as a form of cheating, if you watch enough porn, you can get turned off from your wife or your significant other or your girlfriend.
You can pick up some serious fetishes. Yeah,
it's real easy to get turned off. And you're like, why is she not spitting on me like this? I want her to spit on me and shit. You know what I mean?
Like, you're more into the fantasy than reality.
Yeah, exactly. And then you do the bullshit and you say, fuck it, I'm gonna spit on this bitch and see what happens. Oh shit. Damn it. That's my wife. Oh, I'm fucked up. You know, so it's definitely.
Or you did some anal play. You ain't never do anal play with her before, but you decided to stick it in there. Now you did rip all types of tissues.
Yeah, exactly.
You got blood and feces everywhere.
That's why I say I think that you should watch it with her. That's what I see. I think you should watch it with her. I don't think it should be a secret. Or she should know that you do watch porn. Like, look, babe, you know I watch porn. I'm about to go watch this porn right quick. You know what I mean? Like, I think
crack the door. Know that. He rips it off the hedges.
But you know what? With that too, like at least with what you were saying though, like at least watching. The thing is with watching porn together, I don't want to be criticized for the type of porn I like sometimes. You know, exactly. So I
know that. You're exactly right. I don't want you to think that this is what I'm into, even though this is what I'm into. I'm only into this because they talk. It's a whole scene. You know what? They set it up differently, so you got to understand that. I like the role play that they're gonna be talking about. You know, this not this mommy fetish is not. I don't want to fuck my mama.
Yeah, you watch porn where they talk, bro, man. All right, go ahead.
Nah, you said you watch porn when they talk. Yeah, when they say, "Hey, where you been, baby? Hey, where you been? I don't know. Hey, you want to try this? Sure, let's try it."
Oh man,
there's not a lot of dialogue, but you know. But yeah, at any rate, I think you really do have to sit with. Well, when I'm saying if you sit with your wife and you watch it, right? You don't watch. You watch ones that you all can watch together. You don't watch what you would watch. You know what I mean? That's the same thing like with your wife. I don't want to watch. My wife want to watch 12 inches long. I don't watch that shit with her. You know what I mean? I don't watch that with you. Like
you got some insecurity issues over there?
Nah. I don't know what that look like. That's not what I'm used to watching. You know what I mean? You might want to watch some horse shit. I don't want to watch that with you. I want to watch some other shit of, you know, I don't know. I want to watch some man female shit so we could try some different shit. You know what I mean? I just want to try something, but you might not be willing to let me try this. You know, as you say that question, the book was talking about that with one of the guys, right? Mm-hmm. He wanted to do certain things with his wife, but then he stopped doing certain things with his wife because he got too much respect for her.
Yeah, became
you
a
know
mother.
What I mean?
Yeah,
because she became a mother, and he got too much respect because he was treating her like he would treat his mother, not understanding that this is his wife and he can be a sexually fucking vagrant with her. Like you can be as sexual with your wife as she allows you to be. But he felt as though he couldn't do that with his wife anymore. He didn't want her doing a fellatio and doing all this other things, you know. That
taken away from Jack's breast milk.
Yeah, taken from Jack's breast milk. Yeah, it's like, So how did you like sucking on a titty with that a baby was sucking on? And he's like, yo, I don't want to think about that shit. Yeah. Like, the hell are you talking about? So that can turn a man off, you know. It's like it's some weird stuff that be going on in people's heads. I think when you're talking about, you know, mating in captivity and sexuality, you got to be on a page with the person. Like, you got to be on a page with the person. I think you got to be on the page. I think you got to be on that page, Bradley. All right? You got to be on that page.
So, but you know, so when we talk about fantasies, so this is going to lead up into the question I have. So, should fantasies be explored before marriage? So, there were several stories. We talked about that one couple where the wife became a mother and then all of a sudden he was turned off. There was another couple where I'm trying to remember the detail. Like she was into like rough, aggressive sex, and her husband was really more gentle and passive and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So my thing is, and then you got other people with, threesome orgy fantasies. Their spouse got a different types of fantasy. So is it best to live out your fantasies before you get married? Because the one disappointment that a lot of these couples seems to express is a level of disappointment. And if they're really, and granted, Esther paints a good picture of solutions for the couples to do to try to get into each other's fantasies. But like, yeah, what if some people have a hard line regarding their fantasies and like, look, I respect that you like this, but like, I'm not doing this. So is it best to like try to live out your fantasies beforehand, or just roll with the punches and see if your partner might be down for it?
Nah, I think it's best to do it beforehand. I think you should try to live as many fantasies as you can beforehand.
Yeah.
Just because you never know. I'm sorry, I got a mask on. Take this damn mask.
Go ahead, Smith.
Yeah, no, this mask was irritating me. I'm like, damn, I ain't talking with this mask on. Yeah, I think you should explore the fantasies because it'll allow you to actually know what you want, to know what you're willing to do, to know how far you're willing to go. You don't necessarily have to explore these fantasies with the person that you're going to marry necessarily. But I definitely think that they should be explored before you settle down. Because now you have this unrelenting urge. You have this unrelenting itch that you want to scratch. And you're never getting it scratched because wifey ain't with it. You know what I mean? And now you just got this thing that you gotta get this solved, but you don't know how to solve it. You know what I mean? That's where marital issues come in at. You know, I got this fantasy, and I need this fantasy to be, I need it to be a reality. And
so do you feel that goes both ways? Like if she has a fantasy of being gangbang or something like that, she should get that out before she get married?
Well, most chicks probably have gotten their fantasies out before they got married. Remember,
I don't know
females
if that's
are
true.
different than dudes. So
I don't know if that's true, only because
no, I'm saying I don't know. I'm not a female. I don't know.
With females, most of them have been conditioned to believe like, yo, if you put yourself out there, and then then you devalue yourself.
No, man. No.
It's kind of like how Kel said he ain't trying to marry.
Wait a minute. A lot of these chicks be hoes, and then they want to get married, bro. Like, never forget that. Don't forget that. We all know what it is, and we the same way. And understand, females. I'm talking about you being hoes the same way that a male is being a hoe. You're
trying to get us killed by these women out here, bro. He didn't call black women out.
No, they're
he didn't call women
hoes. They want to be hoes. Like you sit down and you ask your wife how many sexual partners she had, and she tells you she had 120. You're like, damn, word. I didn't even know it was like that. Because she was a hoe. You know what I mean? The same way that you were a hoe. You had a bunch of sexual partners the same way she did. You went through life.
If 120 is a hoe, I'm not there yet.
120? He said, I'm not there yet. I'm only at 105. I got 20 more to go. But y'all know, come on, man. Like, it is what it is. This is where adult conversation is adult. Like.
Yeah, that's a true story.
Most females they sleep around. They do. It's not, they sleeping around trying to figure out what they want. Same way that a male sleep around trying to figure out what he wants. Like, we all doing the same thing. It's no different because I'm a male, all right? I'm a male hoe, you're a female hoe. We both hoes. It is what it is.
I don't know if it really works that way, only because the fact of I feel like...
work that way regarding what, fantasies or the whole aspect?
The whole shit, because the whole thing is, I don't think as many women as you may claim or may think may be hoes because, like, with us as men versus with women, right? With women, in Chris Rock's words, every time a woman goes out, she's offered dick. Oh, let me hold the door for you. Would you like some dick? Let me buy you dick. Yeah. Would you like some dick? So it's like they're always being offered dick. So because they're always being offered dick, it kind of loses its loses its luster, it loses its value. Where some chicks might,
that's where the hoe comes in at. The whole
some that's what, and that's the thing.
Hold up. I'm glad you said that because Esther talked about the young lady who was sleeping around from men to men.
Yes.
And after she was done with the man, what happened? She was a hoe, bro. Like, don't act like I'm not coming from the book. I'm talking from the book.
Oh, I feel what you're saying. But what I'm saying, I'm just saying the numbers.
She was with one dude, and once she got that conquest, once she conquered that one dude, what did she do? She went and slept with another dude, and then she went and slept with another dude, and she kept sleeping with dudes because that was her thing. So you
yeah,
be
but what I'm
asking else
saying,
like that, bro.
what I'm saying, Smith, is the fact that I don't think the numbers are as high as many holes as you may think there may be as far as on the female side. I mean,
I think there are a lot of closeted holes, and I think you're not understanding about the
possibly.
holes.
I'm not knocking it. Possibly, most definitely, possibly. But I feel like with us as men, if every time we turned around we would be offering some pussy, we probably wouldn't be as pussy hungry as we are as men. You know what I mean? Because the fact that every time you turn around, it's like, would you like some pussy? You know, every time you turn around, some chick trying to throw pussy at you, you wouldn't be that pussy hungry. I just don't think it'd be that would be the case. You know. So I think with women, being the fact that they're always being tossed some dick, you know, it's like the majority of them, or a good chunk of them, don't have the same hunger for it, because it's always on the table. If dudes held back,
it's always on the table, but not the dick that they want, man.
That's true. That's true.
What becomes the hoe, bruh. Like that's
not true.
It's always offered, but that's not what I want. I want to be a hoe for this dick. I don't want to be a hoe for all this dick. Come on, man. Come on. You didn't live life, man. You didn't live life.
So should fantasies be explored before marriages, though? Hey, Schubert, you heard me?
Yeah, he got real quiet.
Yeah, he got real quiet.
I had to pause and think about it for a second.
Yeah,
because it's a catch-22.
It is.
You do it before you're married, you know. You get, quote unquote, you get it out your system. But then what do you have for the marriage? Like, you know, if you've been there, done it all, you know, there's nothing new underneath the sun for you. Or you get with somebody who ain't on your level and you're disappointed. You see what I'm saying? You know, unless you're the lucky one, you just happen to find the right girl at the right time, where it's just like, yo, every day is, is a winner, you know, like Kel. You know, 40 years in, we still banging it out 3 days a week. You know,
no correction, 2 days a week.
2 days, my bad.
And you're right, because that's what Perel was just saying about the young lady. A man, she wanted a certain way, but then the guy stopped giving it to her like that. That happens. You know,
that happens. So, but on the other side of it, if you do wait till you're married, and you know, if you're lucky and you get with somebody who's in the same place and they want to explore all that same shit with you, this, that, and the other, then you might get lucky. But the chances are that, you know, your significant other is not going to be turned on by all your shit.
Exactly.
They're not going to be into your foot fetish, your gangbang, your whatever, you know, bearded dragon, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know what I mean?
Bearded dragon, oh shit.
whatever the hell you into or something, may not be into it. So now you stuck with this itch that you're never going to be able to scratch, like you said. You know, so it's a catch-22 either way.
I don't want to try everything with my with my wifey, because I want to have something to try later. You know,
I think I side with,
but I do want to try this fantasy. Just because I had this fantasy with someone else doesn't mean I can't have the same fantasy with my wife, though. Also,
understood. And I think I was siding where you were going with this earlier, Smith, where I at least want to dabble in my fantasy before getting married, just because to say I got a taste of it, because now you have this fantasy, you get into a marriage, as you were saying, Shu, and now your wife wants nothing to do with it. Or you could get thrown in a situation where you got to reciprocate her fantasy, and you'd be like, hell no. Nah. Like, for instance, I remember a couple, this dude wanted a threesome so bad, right? And he was like, yo, me, you, and another chick. And she was like, I'd be down to give you that, but I want a threesome with you and another dude too. And right there, it was done. Like, his fantasy got squashed, and like for her, I don't know whether or not that was truly a fantasy of hers, but she just wanted to see how he will respond with that sort of request. And
you
now,
want me to share you? I'm asking you to share me.
Exactly. So it's just like, for me now both parties have their thirst of their fantasy not quenched. And now it's like you got this unresolved, pent up energy about a fantasy that's not resolved. So I
now that you don't put yourself out like that,
exactly. Yeah,
he's always gonna be thinking like, oh, you want some other dude. She's going to be like, you want some other chick.
Yeah.
You like, or like you on some weird kinky shit, and she's gonna look at you like, yo, this dude like to be in diapers and shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. That
might look at
stuff.
you like you some weirdo all of a sudden.
Or she got that fantasy where she want to put the strap on, and you like, oh, nah, bitch. This don't. What is wrong with you, bitch? You don't. Yeah. Bitch, I ain't even get my prostate check yet. Fuck is you talking about?
I know you trying to give me an early prostate exam.
Yeah, she done lost your mind. But that's why you gotta watch to know what they like. Like you ain't gonna be just doing no bullshit to me. All right?
Yeah, that's why I said, man, I agree, man. I think at least in some regards, those fantasies should be tasted a little bit. Now, the problem is too, you know, fantasies could develop at any point in your life. So who knows when your fantasies truly develop? Like,
exactly.
At what age you think you have a good understanding of your fantasy too?
I think it's after.
I don't know, man.
I think it's not a matter of age, it's a matter of experience.
Chick that's walking around in these tight ass jeans right here at this football game. So I don't know when that shit stops, bro.
What you would say, Issue?
I think it's more developed around your experiences. So the whole thing is, if you've never had any experiences, how do you know what your fantasies really are? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh man, this nookie feel real good. I wonder what it feels like if there was two of them or three of them.
Yeah.
You know, or I really like, I really like eating, going down on her, but I want somebody to go down on me at the same token. Now, you know what I mean? Whatever the case may be. That's how you start exploring stuff and you figure out what your fantasies are. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's just like, oh, I'm 15 now. I know.
No, it's not like that. No, not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you explore and you find out by exploring.
Next question, and this is mostly going to be a conversation between you two guys because I have no experience with this, and I laughed out loud when I actually saw this question. In Chapter 8, parents lose their intimacy.
Sexual cancer, huh?
Yeah, so in Chapter 8, parents lose their intimacy because the kids comes first. Are children sexual cancer? You guys go at it because I have no experience.
No, you may not have no experience, but you also got to think to yourself, all right, think about what you and your wife's life is like now, and what your sexual life is like now. Mm-hmm. Now, add in somebody that wants to intrude on you 24/7, 365 at any time they want. You have no say, no power over that. All right. Imagine if you and your wife normally get it in, and you love hearing her, moan and groan as you make the headboard bang, But now it's like, oh, keep it quiet. The baby's sleeping. You know what I mean? Like all of that changes. All of that changes. You know what I mean? So the whole thing is, all that changes because this person comes into play, or this person comes into your life, Mm-hmm. So is that basically going to essentially destroy your sex life? Because now you gotta like one of the couples schedule sex dates or whatever or time, like okay, between 11:30 on Thursday.
Once you start scheduling sex, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Your sex life is dead.
I would say don't ever schedule no sex.
Yeah.
I never schedule sex. That's not why I got divorced. But I would never schedule sex. That's burning bridges for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what happens to a lot of these couples.
But Schubert is right with that because you gotta understand. So right now you have a household where you all can basically have sex wherever you want, whenever you want, and that changes. So you have the 5 or the 7-year-old that runs in the room while you're rock hard, get ready to smash, and they're having a nightmare.
Yeah,
that's some sexual cancer shit right there, bro.
Yeah, like no more of you waking up.
Like now you gotta get out the bed with a rock hard. You gotta pour cold water on your dick so it can go down.
No more of you waking up on Saturday morning and the missus is making breakfast in the kitchen wearing nothing but an apron. You know what I mean?
And you slide up under that apron. Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's none of that happening no more,
Yeah.
No more getting it in the living room, on the living room floor while watching, Jungle Fever or whatever the case. None of that. All of that.
Yeah, you don't just be sitting there watching a movie and all of a sudden you having a love making session. That's all. That's out the window.
Yeah, like
now the movie that you're probably watching is probably some kid shit anyway.
Rated G. and the little fucker sitting between y'all.
And he's sitting between y'all.
Oh man,
and he's sitting between y'all.
Shit. In the book, there was one couple where this dude he was repulsed by his wife by her third trimester. Like he was like, "Nah, I ain't even trying to have sex with you right about now. You pregnant now."
Listen, pregnant. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Third trimester, I couldn't do it. Because like even the doctor's like, yeah, if y'all just banging out, maybe the baby could slip out. This that and I was like, nah, I can't do it. Because I'm like, no, that motherfucker's in there.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking to myself, like, I'll be banging him in the head or something, give him a black eye.
Hey, and that's crazy that females don't understand that, and we think that. Like, I don't want a little hand grabbing my shit while it's in there. I know it's weird, and that probably would never happen. But but this is how dudes think. We think
that's how dudes be thinking.
Baby is in there. Am I hitting him when I'm not? This ain't gonna work. Work.
So you just go through what those 3 months, just talking to your hand, huh?
Now start watching that porno. Well, she could talk to my hand.
Yeah.
Listen.
Remember, she can still talk to my hand and do other things. I just can't. Just can't get a baby a black eye right now. That ain't really working out.
Listen, I can't break out the hammer.
And it's kind of weird too, because the stomach is like big as hell. Like it's weird. You got to like maneuver. Bradley, you want to see that shit, bro? Shit's weird, bro. Shit is weird. You got to maneuver. Probably try to do some back shots or something, because it's like you got a baby there. The stomach is big as hell. You're like, damn, you having twins? The fuck, like. And it's just
the only way around that is back shots. That's the only way around it.
That's what I was saying. Back shots.
Turn on the side and go for back shots.
You always want your wife to believe that she is sexy to you, but there's something about the pregnancy that something turns off a little bit for a dude. I don't know what that is. But
so now you
feel like you violating something. You violating something like
it's not
holy and sanctified and stuff. Like you feel like you violating something that's like beyond you and stuff. So,
because understand, I'm not talking about doing this with a fat bitch. I'm talking about a pregnant. Like you can be fat and have that same stomach, but it's not the same as you being pregnant. You know what I mean? It's not the same. It's not the same.
All right. So it starts from the trimester. The kid is here, and now you got this sort of stagnant sex life. So like Esther talks about a resolution for that one couple. It seemed to have
remember though, probably initially you can't even have sex after the pregnancy, after the child is born initially.
Oh, so
for like 12
after
weeks.
the sex, so you're not having sex at the trimester. Then there's a period where you can't have sex.
Where you can't have sex.
Yeah, like 8 to 12 weeks.
Yeah.
Damn. And then the kid is now fully here crying in the middle of the night, and you definitely ain't having sex doing all that.
Yeah, that part now.
So like
soon as you get the head in, oh shit. Who turned it? I went last time. You go this time. Damn, I might as well go since I'm on top anyway. And then you look like a damn fool. You're still going naked because the baby's a baby right now. So walking around with a hard on ain't that bad because it's still a baby newborn. You know what I mean?
So this is interesting for me because so now you have a woman who's now no longer feeling sexy, and she's preoccupied about wanting to bring you to this kid. You have a man who might be turned off at the sight of his pregnant wife, but now he's over that. He wants to get it in, but like you got that one dude who's like, yo, you the mother of my child. I ain't trying to violate you like that anymore. So it sounds as though having kids is a cancer to your sexual life.
I'm just saying.
It sounds like it can be. Yes.
Damn.
I don't like the sexual cancer part. I don't like the cancer. I don't like the wording.
It sounds horrible.
I don't like the verbiage. Can we change the verbiage? Could the verbiage be different?
All right, it's a sexual death knell. All right, it's a death knell.
A sexual void.
That's a sexual void. It's a black hole. It's a sexual black hole.
Yes, I can go with the black hole.
It's a sexual black hole. So, damn, I don't know, man. It's just it
gets real, man.
You know, it gets real because you guys aren't the only guys that I've known guys, man, who have gone based on the definition in the book that she said according to the research. I have known guys who have had less than 10 sexual intercourses with their wife in a year because once the kid came around. Mm-hmm. And that's just that's tragic. I thought I'd be going through some drought sometimes with my wife. Man, I'm nowhere near this, the statistical, numbers that was given around that. And it sounded like in every single one of these situations.
And those are not statistical anomalies either.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like, they're not statistical anomalies. And it sounds like every single one of these situations are centered around having a kid.
Yeah. Well, but also, wait, shoot, before you say that, but think about this, though. You also have dudes that do it over and over again. You know what I mean? Have more than one child. So
yeah.
No, because there's only one process. If that process wasn't there, they wouldn't say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna knock out another kid." It's just the fact that the only one, and that's the catch-22.
That's true.
The mother will want to have 2 or 3 babies, but not want to have the process.
Yeah, the process.
Which is contradictory. So basically, at the end of the day, you're just a sperm bank.
Yep.
That's all you boil down to. And once they've gotten the amount of rugrats that they want, they shut it down.
Why? All right. So now here's another question. So why is this not really talked at a high enough level? Like a lot of times,
men are disposable. You read the book.
Yep, you read the book.
Both of you guys have sons.
Where did you get that from? I heard that, but I read that.
No, all right. So both of you guys have sons, right? Are you going to talk about these pitfalls with your son?
Oh, you goddamn right.
I'm going to talk about them with my son.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Because I don't know. I've never heard, granted, my father was not in my life, so I got to ask other guys, have they had that sort of conversations with their dads? Like where their dad shared this information, like, look, son, you didn't marry this great woman, but expect this drop off in your sexual life. Do you think those conversations are often had? Like, did you guys have those conversations with your dad? If your dad was.
So I was just about to say, so that conversation isn't had a lot because sometimes the father's not there to have that conversation, bro.
Yeah.
My dad
unfortunately, I'm one of them.
My father is alive, but I've never had that conversation with him.
Yeah.
And it's funny, next time I talk to him, I'm going to ask him.
Yeah.
And when I report back to you all, I'll report back to you all next Sunday and see what he says. Because I'm going to ask him. Because I'm curious.
For me, it was different because my dad was always around. But I told you, I'm one of 9 kids. And for my dad, his kids was his pride and joy. Yeah. But at the same token, he had 9 kids. So somewhere along the line, they got it in. They squeezed it in where they could, when they could. I don't know. But there's 9 of us,
But that's not a conversation that your father would have with you then anyway. That's like an older conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, but my thing is,
that's you would say have this conversation with your son between 17 and 21, I guess.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying at a young age. I'm just saying having that conversation in general.
I'm saying having that conversation once you start seeing him getting kind of serious about somebody.
Exactly.
Let me pull you to the side. Let me get your ear for 2 minutes. I see how you feeling about old girl, and I see where you might be going with old girl. Let me let you know what goes on the other side of the fence. Because you know what? Everybody says the same thing. Marriage is it takes a lot of work. But nobody actually specifically says what that work is.
Exactly. No one talks about these pitfalls.
But guess what? That nobody talks about it, but nobody's asked either.
How are you supposed to know what questions to ask if you ain't never been there?
Then you got to ask.
If I ain't never been to California, if I ain't never been to California and I'm about to take this road trip, right? And I'm taking the navigation, I'm taking the route that everybody says to take. But nobody tells me, yo, just so you know, there's a detour on this road, and don't follow that sign because that sign been out there for forever long. Don't go off this road, this, that, and the other. Or when you get to this, don't eat at this spot. They food is nasty. You'll have diarrhea.
Oh, you talk about you want the green book. Ain't nobody giving no green book on marriage.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, nobody gives.
They got a bunch of books on marriage. Maybe we should write one. We can make a lot of money off of it. Y'all know that?
But when people talk about marriage, they talk about always have the proper communications and all that stuff. They don't get into the
that generic shit.
Yeah, they don't get it.
I was about to say that's the generic. That's the baseline. That's the baseline minimum.
Yeah.
This is have a conversation. Communicate.
Yeah,
it's like they talk about
be loving.
Like they talk about monogamy, right? When they talk about monogamy, they say like, oh, be faithful and trust the one that you love and this, that, and take care of them, blah, blah, blah. But they never say like, all right, well, listen, I know she ain't, she ain't gave it up to you like 2 months. You're gonna have to grab some porns or something. You're gonna have to find another way. No, they just say, no, you just gotta stick it out. And if you really love the person, they don't give you all these other nuances that happen all the time. All the time. It's not like this is new stuff. It's not like any of this stuff is new stuff. It's been going on since the dawn of time.
Yeah.
So basically what I'm hearing is when your sons get of age, you guys gonna definitely lay down all of the ups and downs, like the downs.
Oh, absolutely. I'm a rapper.
Yeah, I definitely will.
Okay.
I'm not beat for the fairy tale.
Because I never had that conversation. Like my mother asked me the other day, she's like, "Do you ever think you'll get married again?" And I was like, "For what?" Like that was my answer. Like what? Like I'm 45. I'm getting married. What? Like first of all, the whole courting process is one in itself. You all been married. Well, you all are married, so that's a whole one in itself.
Yeah,
like to find somebody that I'm willing to say I do and do that shit that I know what it takes to do again. Fuck no. I don't see myself getting married again. I see myself playing and being right now. You know what I mean? And not to say that it won't never happen. I'm not against the whole, the whole law of marriage and never married. Nah, I'm not against that at all. I thought I still think that marriage is a good thing. When you can do what we just said, communicate and work on it, when you can do the generic shit. But you got to get past the generic shit to make that marriage last. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And both parties have to be willing and have to be engaged. One of the things that I told my ex-wife, she was saying something about the kids. And I was like, I know you always went hard for the kids, but I wish you would have went a little harder for me. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. And that's what she kind of did, like, and it's like, yeah, you could have went a little harder for me, if we was really trying to make this work, you know what I mean? And if it was really a death do us part thing, then you could have went harder for me, you know what I mean? We could have made this work. When I married with the intent of being married one time, so that's why I also say I probably would never get married again. I married with the intent of being married and being together for fucking ever, the whole little fairy tale that there is no divorce. We don't divorce. We marry and we just ride this shit. That was my thing, But my partner wasn't on that same page, obviously. So,
I feel you.
Next question.
But to do that again now, I don't know.
All right. Next and last question. In chapter 7, it refers to the effects on our sexual life that comes from our upraising. So as parents, how should we raise our kids when it comes to sex?
It depends on if I'm talking to my son or my daughter.
Oh, is that? Oh shit! Oh snap! So why?
It is just that real, folks. It is just that real. Life is what life is.
So what's the difference?
Like you said, wait. Earlier you did say that. No, Shuba said it. My fault. Shuba said, I opened the door. Would you like some dick? Good morning. Would you like some dick? So, yes, my daughter is treated differently with that than my son is.
All right. So what's now that you brought in that sort of caveat into it, what message your daughter's going to receive that's going to be differently from your son?
What message is she going to receive that's different than my son?
Yeah.
That's a good ass question, and I don't even know what that message is. Like, no,
Okay.
really, I don't know what that message is. My daughter is going to be 12 in November.
Okay.
You know,
who's older, your son or your daughter?
My daughter's older.
Okay.
By 7 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's going to be 12. So, I don't know. It's different. You know, I see that she's developing physically. I don't like that shit. You know, it's always going to be different with a daddy and his daughter because at the end of the day,
put them boobies away.
Yeah, exactly. Put them boobies away and shit. Yeah, hide them shit. Do something. Why are you growing? What the fuck is going on? But I know how dudes are, so that's why it's different. The conversation is different with my daughter than it is with my son. I do know how females are, but females are different, you know. Mm-hmm. And they can be more selective in what they want to choose to do. Men will kind of, you know, oh, you don't look attractive to me, but oh well, fuck it. It's just different.
Oh man, it reminds me of a stand-up with Patrice O'Neal's like, yo, the chick could be passed out in a dumpster and we still be willing to knock it down. Drew on, throw up all over her shirt, and you be like, fuck it.
You're like, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know what that message would be to my daughter. I know that it would be different. Than the message that I'll be saying to my son. And no, I'm not saying to my son, sleep with as many people as you can. That wouldn't be the message I would give to my daughter either. I'm not saying go out and sort your wild oats, do everything before you get married. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that. That's a good ass question. But I don't know what I'm going to tell my daughter.
All right, well, you got time.
Yeah, but when I get something in my head, I'm going to share it with you all. I'm going to run it by you all.
His solution's going to be like, any dude you bring around, I will have my shotgun ready.
Oh yeah. I'll be like Mike Lowry. You remember?
I was gonna say, yo. I was just about to say, like, yo, we'll pull the bad boys on them. You know,
he's gonna be like, soon as she said, "Hey, Dad, I want to talk about," I said, "What? Say what? I dare you to finish that word."
Exactly.
He's gonna be like, "Oh, dare you finish that word?" She's like,
I don't know.
What about you, Black Zeus?
I don't
your
have
parents
a
raise their
daughter.
kids when it comes to sex?
I don't have a daughter, but I got a little sister. And when, you know, I feel like I basically pretty much raised my little sister. And when it came to sex, I straight up told her, like, listen, you know, you're going to do what you want to do. But understand this, that, you know, a lot of dudes are going to come at you and try to act like you something special or tell you something special, you know, when you just, you know, another notch on your belt, you know. So, you know, it's up to you what you want to be and what you want to do. It's like, if you want to be on somebody else's notch on your belt, you know, so let it be, or whatever the case is. But if you want, you know, something more than that, you know, look for something more than that. And I let her know, like, yo, when you hit this college campus, you fresh meat. You know, don't be you know, freshman hoe, you know, this, that, and the other. And she thought I was exaggerating until she got to college campus. And she sure enough told me, she was like, yeah, exactly what you said. My roommate is the campus hoe right now. Like, you know,
the campus hoe, yeah.
So, like, you know, I feel like I didn't need to, like, tell my sister not to do anything. I just need to make her aware of the environment so that she's, you know, prepared to go into what she's going into, you know.
Make her aware of what's out there.
Son, I don't need to tell him to, hold on a second. She must have heard me. Yeah, I was just talking about you. I'm going to have to call you back in a minute.
She must have heard me.
Let me call you back. Bye.
Hey, one, y'all. My nephew is saying one.
That's what's
Congratulations to the nephew. But getting back to what I was saying with my son, I simply want to make him aware of his environment. Like, listen, you're gonna do what you're gonna do, but be aware of this. Your dick could be your best friend or it could be your worst enemy. I mean, you go up and stick it up in the wrong one, you can end up getting somebody knocked up, or or somebody might not, feel some sort of way, or let them know, this male
Yeah,
power.
so
Somebody want to scream out rape, whatever the case is. So
yeah.
be measure twice, cut once,
Hey, I was watching this thing the other day about these guys, that you said that. And these guys, they have to record. They record their dates, and they timestamp everything. They keep taking pictures to timestamp everything, so they're not accused of rape. Because a lot of this dating now, since I got back out here, I didn't know that motherfucker just be getting accused of rape. Like, you raped me. Like, you slept with me, but you raped me. And I'm like, yo, that's really happening right now? Like, I know it's always, as being a college athlete, you can always get that, somebody raped, or, you're just very careful. But they're saying, like, when they're dating, like, they have to keep, like, pulling out their phone and time stamping everything that they're doing with this female until the point that she gets dropped off, so they're not accused of being a sexual predator or being accused of rape. And it's like, yo, that's what the hell we got to go through now? Like, we got to do that.
We got to go through. That's why I said, I'm going to make my son aware of the environment and say, like,
you definitely got to make your son aware of the environment. That's the thing.
That's what it boils down to.
That's what I say, Bradley. I got to make my son, his conversation is different than my daughter, because he can go to jail for his penis. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Like, he can go to jail for that. She ain't going to jail for her vagina, though. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's not really happening.
Yeah, when you put it in that light, that conversation is different. Because I was thinking, because whatever female audience that we might have that might be listening to this, they might like, why the double standard, why the chauvinistic attitude approach? But
that you just heard my double standard. He can go to jail for his dick, females. He can go to jail for his dick. My daughter ain't going to jail for her vagina.
Yeah.
That's the double standard right there.
And I don't have a double standard, but like I said, I would make either one of my kids aware. My only thing is that if there is a double standard, I need my daughter to know how to fight, handle a gun and a knife, because I don't want you to be a victim. And I need my son to know, hey, be wary of these chicks, because they could be your worst threat, your worst enemy. Whether it's like I said, whether it's like, somebody says that they got raped or whatever the case is, or someone felt sexually harassed, or somebody gets knocked up and it's not even your kid, we've all read the stories, so.
Yeah, and you said that right, but as I'm teaching them both to handle this knife, gun, and fight, right? For different reasons, but I'm teaching them both. But the conversations are definitely different.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I'm a daddy. Shit, I gotta be a protector. I have to protect my daughter, But I'm also a father of a boy, and I have to raise him to be a man and be strong, so he can protect his sister and he can protect his family when he gets older. You know what I mean?
So what did you
But I'm definitely going to protect my daughter and make sure that, no harm comes her way.
So to bring it to the book, what did you guys think about her, sticking to chapter 7, about how the way you were raised will impact the sexual desires and fantasies you have? I had an issue with that, because she gave a couple of clients where, one person whose, I think, father ran away, and he had this sort of like Oedipus sort of mentality when it came to like women and stuff. Like, he was very passive and, very submissive to his wife. And I was just like, I don't know, like, people are weird. So it's just like, I can't necessarily say that was accurate or not, but like, what did you guys think about how the way you were raised impacts your sexual desires and fantasies?
Personally, I feel that there's some truth to that, because I was raised in a very strict Catholic home, and because of my religious beliefs at the time, I saw sex as, if I look at a woman a certain way, if I touch a woman, if any of those things happen, I'm going to hell. So that had a great impact on me, which basically kept me a virgin until I was like 21, and even then I was still like, even then I was still kind of like, a little bit, on edge, like, oh, I'm living a sinful life and this, that, and the other. And this was, the impact of the way I was raised, and it took a long time before I was comfortable with like, hey, you know what? I like to fuck. I don't mind knocking, squeezing one off. I'm okay with this now. You know what I mean? But the whole thing is, there's some people who never overcome that. Yeah, it has a great impact on their life, and whether it be that their let's say their grandmother caught them jerking off when they was a kid, and now it's like grandmother whooped their ass, so now they feel complete shame about masturbation, or a girl might have been and when she was a kid everybody called her fat or ugly or something like that, and now she's a grown beautiful woman, she still has that complex of being fat and ugly. So those things do carry over.
Yeah, they do. Well said, Schubert. You handled that pretty damn well, man. I don't have any add-ons to that. Well, I will say this though. You're right, and you said Catholic. So picture the person that was brought up in a sexual household. That showed their sexuality. They were sensual. They were loving, and they walked around for the most part nude. You know what I mean? I've been in friends' households where their mothers has walked around with nothing on.
How old were you when this happened?
Topless. Not they have something on the bottom, but topless. Where they just have their breasts out. Well, in our culture, from being an African culture, that was normal. To walk around.
It was no big deal. You don't remember seeing
the movie
Chocolate
We have sensualized it. We have sensationalized and sexualized it. It's the difference. Why can a man walk with his chest out but a woman can't? Because we've made it sexual. We made the breast a sexual object. You know what I mean? So everything that Schubert said was dead on. That's the only add-on I would add. We've made things sexual, and that's why we look at things a certain way. But women, I am with you. If you want to walk around with your titties out, you can. Because I walk around with my chest out the same way.
Bruh, some titties are, I don't know, man.
But think about it.
There's some titties that's not worth bearing out, but
But think about it, Bradley.
It's terrible.
If you have a female walking around, she will get cited for indecent exposure. If a male is walking around with his chest out, it's nothing, right?
Yeah.
You see those standards?
Fun fact though, in New York City, you could actually walk around topless. It's just that culturally, we just never, we don't practice it. But in New York City, women could legally walk around topless.
Oh, you say you just don't practice it?
They just don't practice it.
Well, that's not in New Jersey.
I don't know. New Jersey was the first nude beach. New Jersey actually got a couple of nude spots, like nudist dedicated areas.
Sandy Hook.
In America. They were the first nude beach in America.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, we had nude beaches.
I was gonna say, because I've been to
a nudist beach or a nudist colony is different than you just walking down Broad and Market with your titties out.
Yeah, walking down Broad and Market with your titties.
I'm talking about getting on a bus. I'm talking about getting on the New Jersey Transit with your titties out.
Yeah, you can't walk down Broad and Market with your titties out.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem, bro.
I don't know if you can do that with the air conditioning on the bus, man.
Yeah, I'm talking about getting in a swimming pool. See, men getting in a swimming pool, we don't have t-shirts on. I'm talking about getting in the swimming pool and your titties out. See the difference? Because my titties out when I'm in the pool, right?
Yeah.
Don't ask why there are double standards. We've sexualized things, so standards are what they are. We didn't make the standards. We just adhere to them and try not to break the standards of what we call normalcy.
Yeah.
What tends to be normal that actually isn't fucking normal and really doesn't make sense if you stand it on its head.
Now you right though. Like my mom growing up, she had a naked, photo with some naked women, tribal women with their, breasts out, and like at a very early age, at 12 years old, she had a conversation with me, and she handed me condoms at 13. I wasn't sexually active, but like she taught me how to use condoms. So like for me, I never really, when I thought about that chapter.
High five, Mom.
Yeah, like when I thought about chapter 7 in regards of how your upbringing dictate the way you view sex and your sexual desires, I was a little conflicted, but now that, talking this out loud with you guys, I realized like, yeah, you know what? I don't view women as hoes, shockingly enough. Like if a chick would have told me she had like 30 partners by the age of 30, I'd just shrug it off and be like, okay, you just had 30 partners. I know.
Oh,
It's weird. I see your face, Smith. You're like, yo, you crazy. It's weird. I know.
No. I'm making a face because I'm the same way. I'm not. Listen, hoe is an expression.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just an expression. Some people can call it a term of endearment if you just call yourself a hoe. You know, some like to call themselves hoes or slut, whatever the hell you want to call it. But you can listen. All I'm calling it is an experience, bro. That's all I'm calling it.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So like
that's the way I'm calling it.
Yeah, the way my mom engaged me when it came to sex and you know, partners and stuff like that, kind of, when I think about it, has impacted the way I view the way I view women and the way I view sexual relationships. That I'm a little bit on the liberated side. You know, there isn't anything too crazy for me to some regards. But I'm with you. I don't do that prostate anal play though. Like, nah, you can't come to me with that crazy nonsense, you know. But for the most part, I'm kind of, you know, down for whatever and shit.
The funny thing is that you say that about, you know, if a girl came to you and said she had 30 partners, you know, you'd shrug it off. And it makes me think about the opposite direction, where I remember me and, you know, Theus that I work out with, we were at a party with some friends, this, that, and the other. And somehow, you know, drunk, shit talking, this, that, and the other, conversations about sex came up. And basically, you know, people were talking about, you know, their numbers, and people were shooting out numbers like 12, 15, 23, this, that, and the other. And one girl in there was who's married and been with her dude since high school, whatever, with like 2 kids or whatever the case is. She was like, people hit double digits? And the whole party just like froze and looked at her like the hell's wrong with you? Like, you know, so it's kind of funny that now in this day and age, in this environment, if you actually were like someone who only been with 1 or 2 people look at you like something's wrong with you.
Yeah, I didn't think about it the other way around and stuff. Damn, she looked at everybody else like they were crazy.
Yeah, she looked at everybody like they was all hoes. Like, oh my God, I'm in hell. Like,
well, she's you know, she's extremely religious.
No.
Nah.
No. I mean, she's not. She just, you know, been with the same dude since high school, and she was the only person in there who, you know, who had to hit like double digits, and she was just like in shock, and everybody else was in shock to look at her because she's a pretty girl and everything, you know. So they're just like, what, you know, like, hold up, wait a minute.
Yeah. Well, they say most times when somebody tell you that number, you got to double it anyway.
Still, but for that young lady who got married at such an early age, you think she's sexually satisfied? Do you think she even know what her sexual appetite is?
Well, knowing her, I think she's either sexually satisfied or she's fine with what she doesn't know. You know what I mean? Like she's like, all right, this is where I'm at. I don't need to know what's across the street, around the corner. This is the neighborhood I live in, and I'm good with it. You know?
Yeah, because if you only had one dude, then you only had one frame of reference in a sense. You know?
But what if that reference is painful though? Because that's another thing though. Like you have that one dude for such a long time, you only know this one way of having sex, and it's not. You know, it's not satisfying.
That's where you watch that
but
that comes in. And
but once again, you made it. Going back to what we said before about when you know. I don't know if one dude is going ham like I don't know if you just one sexual partner and dude just went ham like that. I don't know if he doing all the things that you would do when you first have sex with someone. You know what I mean? Yeah, but once again, going back,
that unadulterated, you know, that first night, you know, we going on a date for the first time, but we having sex tonight too. That's a different kind of sex.
If you go back to when we were talking about, like, how do you know what age, you know, your fantasies is at? And I said to you, it all depends on what your experiences are. You don't really know at an age. So the whole thing is, if this is all the experience she's had, she's been content with it. Because I could think back, like, you know, my first serious girlfriend, this, that, and the other, and my first, you know, the chick I lost my virginity with, who was my first serious relationship, blah, 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 right? At the time, I thought, oh my God, it can't get no better. Now I look back on it, I was like, yo, that was real lazy ass.
That was whack. Yeah, she was lazy.
You know, she ain't really put no work in.
with that, even though she's content, when she starts hearing songs like "Wet Ass Pussy" and they start talking about different positions and different things, she's trying to figure out what that is. Why don't I have the WAP? She's trying to figure that out, man. So it's not just about the dude. There's other things that's coming up that's going to make her say, "Hey, what is that they're speaking of?" She says she's doing Kegel exercise. What is that? What is that? You know what I mean? Like that opens up a female's, that opens her up a little bit to say, wait, what's going on with these females? Why are they talking like this? What are they doing over here?
Yeah, but once again, that goes back to his experiences. If her circle of friends, the ones that she's around, have those conversations, because like she's a little bit of a prude. So like I don't know if she's gonna have that circle of friends is gonna have that.
Okay, yeah.
She's gonna feel comfortable with anyway. You know
what I
mean?
She's a bit of a prude.
She's a little bit of a prude, so
I don't know, man. It's just like she hang around those folks long enough, and she start hearing stories. She might get her fantasies kicked in.
Yeah, that's like kicking in your fantasy. She start getting wet between the legs, and she don't know why.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if I could be with somebody who has me personally. I don't want to be with a chick with less than. I would use my wife's threshold 6.
With less than one chick with wait. I need you to say that again. My man.
I don't want to be with a chick with less than 6 sexual partners.
Oh, you don't want to be with a chick with less than 6 sexual partners.
Correct.
Why?
I have more of a threshold. I say at least 3. I say at least 3. I mean,
yeah. Why does
because
why do we have to have...
because whether it's 3 is a good number. 3 to 6. You can't hit double digits for me. Why am I not? I don't want to sound like I just contradicted myself. Like, oh my God, I shrug off 30 partners. It is what it is. But for me, I like to have the reason why I need her to have at least some sexual experiences or encounters with different dudes. So that way, when we have conversations about fantasies, she's at least there's a barometer there where she could gauge what she likes and what she doesn't like. Whereas most chicks, if one dude is all you experience, you might be insufferable. And then next thing you know, I don't know whether or not I'm turning you on if I'm hitting it right. Or, things of that nature.
Well, yeah, those,
yeah.
I follow that.
Yeah. Have you guys really, honestly, for me, the concept of being, I know for a very long time, the concept of marrying a virgin was the ideal thing. At an early on age, I never wanted to be with a chick who was a virgin. The idea of being with a virgin never really did anything for me.
I didn't think the idea of being with a virgin was even a reality.
That too.
I gotta be honest with you. Like the way I grew up and everybody around me, all my peoples around me was smashing since junior high school and stuff. So I didn't think it was a possibility.
Yeah, that makes sense. Finding a virgin, that's just like finding a unicorn.
But would you be down for something like that?
I will be honest though, I did come across one in my dating, and I did kind of she claims that she claims that I took it, but I'm like, really? Me? Really? I didn't, promise you anything, try to marry you, nothing like that, but whatever, she got caught up in the heat of the moment, whatever the case was, blase. We still cool. But it was nothing that you're like, oh man, this is like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's overrated.
Yeah.
It's overrated.
All right, fellas.